Hi guys, this is Diva's Two Cents, where we take complicated matters and make them simple for the everyday person. As you know, my name is Diva Mejias, and if you like today's content and it resonates with you, can you please share it, like it, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe as well? Because there's someone out there that's going to listen to this and really needs to hear it. Okay, so today I wanted to hit on another topic. The topic that I wanted to hit, and everybody knows that numbers tell stories to me. So I normally hit you with math things, taxes, credit. And today I want to hit you with something else. Something that's about 6 inches between here and here. And it's about the mind. And our special guest today, which I'm going to bring on right now, is Mirsada Mesic. So if you can please help me greet her. She has her own story. So I'm going to let her introduce herself to you so that you can get to know her. Go ahead, Mina. Hi, how are you?
I am doing good, Diva. How are you?
I'm good.
I am doing amazing. Like last time we met in San Antonio, Texas, I connected to your heart and I just love you. I love what you're about. I love that you're sharing, that you're making a difference. And here we are with our audience sharing some amazing information. Everyone, my name is Mirsada. I'm originally born and raised in Bosnia, and I came here when I was a little girl. Now, my life wasn't as this peaches and roses as everybody sees. I actually went through a lot of challenges and pains in my life, and I don't know if you guys have heard my story, but I lost my grandfather. I lost my grandfather during the wartime, and because I lost him, I went through these challenges and procedures, and I think it was part of the process. So I want to share with you my loves. It started for me like that because I was going through pain, I was going through challenges, I was going through all these emotions, I was experiencing depression. Diva, have you ever experienced depression?
Yes, absolutely.
Anxiety, low self-esteem,
Yep.
comparison, judgment, criticism. I was going through all that stuff and I didn't know where was it coming from. And at that time, Diva, I did not believe in God. I was questioning everything. I was questioning life. I questioned everything in my life and went down the path of spiritual awakening. At that time, I didn't know believe in God, Diva, but I trusted myself. And one night, I had a dream and I took that inspired action and it led me to a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Oh. Have you heard about it, Diva?
Of course. Most of my audience have either read it or are on the track of reading it.
Yeah, I started down the path of learning and just bettering myself, changing my identity. And I started reading the book Think and Grow Rich. And as I started reading, I started getting the information. And the more I started reading, the more I started becoming obsessed about changing and becoming a better person. And one of the passages, Diva, I found was in the book. It says that your brain was a transmitter of frequency and that it's constantly transmitting energies of vibration. And the reason we're struggling, the reason we're suffering, the reason we're going through the pain, because we're on a negative vibration, so we are focusing only on negative. So when we're focused on negative, we attract the people, the events, the situations, and things that when we focus on something, it just expands. And then there was a penalty that says you must pay to neglect this information. Is that you get to choose a life full of joy and happiness, or you get to choose a life where everybody's going to depression, anger, anxiety, and the list goes on, and it goes down the lower state of vibration. So yeah, thank you, Diva.
Yeah, I am so glad that you're here, and I'll tell you why. I am so grateful that you accepted the opportunity to be on this show. As everybody knows, I have different identities. People know me as the tax lady. They know me as the tax advisor. They know me as the insurance agent. They know me as a realtor. So as I, throughout the years, have embodied the different identities that I carry, I've also gone through stages in my life where, just like a tree outside, the leaves, they bloom and then they fall and then it looks horrible. Well, we go through life that way. Is that not true? We just go through stages. So for the audience that I have, for the realtors that are going through this is quite a difficult time for realtors. So for realtors that are going through this difficult time where there are not many houses out there to sell, and you've been on the buying side, or on the buyers and the seller side, you don't know how to approach these clients. So you self-doubt hits you. So why do we have self-doubt? What is it that causes us to look at the same situation that we've had in these past couple of months and all of a sudden just doubt everything that we do?
Powerful question, Diva. So when I started down that path of discovering and searching for the answers, I found out that most of us we have belief, paradigms, subconscious block, and resistance, and we are living beliefs and paradigms that we picked up from our family, from our relatives, from the people around us. And as I started studying and dissecting into the power of the subconscious mind and how it works, I found out when we are self-sabotaging, when we are experiencing pain, it all leads to that little boy, that little girl that wanted to be loved, seen, and heard. And so I was working with a client, Diva, and she was 58 years old. And she said to me, Mirsada, I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling exhausted. I don't know where this is coming from. And so I asked her, how are you feeling? I asked her some questions to bring up the triggers and emotions. And then she was telling me all the pains and sufferings. And so we ended up measuring the emotions of her scale, how much emotion and pain is stored in her body. And when we did the session, we found out those beliefs that she was having now all led down to experience that she experienced something as a child. And so a lot of times we sabotage ourselves because we think we're not deserving. We think we're not qualified. We think we're not. But if it is the economy and things around happening, we also have to think positive. Just like we think negative, we attract negative things in our life. We also have to start thinking positive. And when we are positive, we're happy, we're on a high vibration, then the clients and people around us, then we'll start manifesting and attracting our life.
Okay, great. So let's get to the issue of what Diva's
Yes.
2 cents is all about in terms of taxation and money. Why is it that there's so many people, and I put on Facebook not too long ago, what is it that scares people about taxes? And it was like a slew of people started just putting down fear, anxiety, all of these emotions. Where do all these emotions for any topic, especially for the tax world, where do they come from? What is it that they're experiencing?
So emotions such as depression, anger, feeling not worthy, feeling not deserving, all leads down to the thoughts and what they're thinking. So they're either focusing now on the situation they experience in their life, or they're focusing on the past. So if they're focusing on the past client or past something that happened in the past, they're bringing the pain, the emotion into now, and so they're suffering the present moment. Or if you're experiencing any pain at the moment right now, and you're noticing you don't feel good, you do have the power of the control of the mind. So you can get out of the head, you can get out of the thinking mentality. So when we are in a negative state of vibration, then we feel sorry for ourselves. So we activate this victim mentality. So then as we activate victim mentality, we then go down the path of feeling sorry for ourselves. Oh, this is not working, so this is not trying. But we have to step into that identity that you talked about, that you're confident, you're a queen, that you can manifest. You step into the identity, and then you ask yourself, so how does this person act? How does this person behave toward this achievement, toward what they want, the goals or desires? And now you step into that, then owning the identity that you know it's yours.
Oh my goodness! So
and
therefore,
when you step into that identity, you now can pull the energy of what you want toward you.
Okay. So how would you say, what would you say to, let's say in our own tax office, people come in and they're nervous, they have anxiety, and they're thinking, and I guess to your point, either something happened to them regarding the IRS, or they've heard, because nobody is born thinking that the IRS is the boogeyman in the closet, right? So, but what is it that causes them to fear and let that fear just manifest into other emotions? I keep thinking about that because we're going into tax season, guys, and you're going to have to face the truth. You're going to have to pull out all your financials. And quite frankly, for some of us, the financials may not be where we want them to be. So we start getting anxiety. So what can you tell them that they can do? What are some of the things or exercises or even rituals that they can do to not have this anxiety when it comes to, let's say, taxes?
Whether it comes to taxes, whether it comes to money, whatever it is, one thing I have learned through my journey, Diva, is that you have to choose you. There's a formula called UMLP, and I got the formula from Lily Collins, Lily. and she was the coach teaching this. And she said that, Mirsada, most of us we're chasing money, we're chasing things, we're chasing. And what happens when we're chasing, we're pushing it further away. We want it so bad, or we want to manifest our dreams, or we want to achieve our results, and it's not working. Why? Because we have this mentality that when we want it, we don't believe we have it. And when we don't believe we have it, we're not content and satisfied in the current position we are. And so when it comes to taxes, when it comes to money, I always say choose you over money. Use money, love people. So use money to better yourself, to better your skills, but choose money to better your life.
Oh my gosh. Well, I used to have a professor once that told me that the people have to get the BS out of, right, their thinking. So
Yeah.
in other words, the B for belief, you got to believe it before you can sell it. So he would always say, get that BS out of you, because you'll be able to, if you believe it, you can sell it. So are you saying that if I have this negative emotion, right, that something bad is going to happen when I walk into that tax office to get my taxes done, I can actually just calm down through my thoughts?
So, Diva, there's a couple exercises you can do. One of the things is you can count breathing to 10. And so you're releasing and letting go. So when you breathe in the air, you bring in the positive, and then you release, you hold it, you breathe it in, and then you breathe it to the brain. You hold it for 3 seconds, and then you release it. Because what happens is now you calm down your nervous system. And when you calm down your nervous system, then you can think straight, and then you're going to feel better. So one of the ways is breathing. The second way is closing your eyes and meditating, stepping into that. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. Everything is always working out for me. I'm in the right place at the right time. Like everything is happening for me. And then you just calm down, get out of that meditative state, and then take that inspired action.
Okay. So one of the things that I always say, and I get up and I get, do all my things that I have to get done. I always, on my way, when I'm in the car and I'm driving, I always chant just to myself. I say, life is wonderful and money comes to me easily. I have more than enough. I don't need anything. And I always say, I don't need anything. I have more than enough, right, to cover all my needs. And I don't just say for this week, I say for all my needs.
I love that, Diva, because it's speaking about money, and that's one thing. People choose money. They put the money on the pedestal. They don't put themselves. And so what I learned through this journey, when I started putting myself, that I own it, that I step into my identity. And then when I started believing in myself, and there was a song I created on the podcast, Diva, and it's so important to rewire the mind, to train the mind to think differently, to break the habits of being ourselves, whether it's money, love, relationship, whatever it is. We have the programs, the beliefs are stored in the subconscious mind. These beliefs, they create emotions, they create pain, and based on these beliefs and pains, we focus, we're thinking, and then we're thinking, we're dwelling, and now we experience in the 3D world. And so what I have learned to do is this powerful song that I sang on the Spotify, and it was like a karaoke type of thing. I said, I love money, money loves me. Money works hard for me and makes me more money. While I spend it, it circulates, multiplies, and comes back to me. So we're training our mind to make money work for us, make money do the hard work, because we've been programmed for so long to think that we have to work hard, that the mentality is, but that's a belief. You see, majority of people work hard, they're struggling, and I've done it too, Diva. I spent countless hours studying, learning, binge watching, investing, failed 1,000 times, but I found out it was a belief. Every time reaffirm that we need to work hard, that we choose money over ourselves. We are reaffirming a program that we're broken, that we need fixing. But in fact, we don't need fixing because we're perfect the way God created us. We just need to remove the resistance that we perfectly created, and that take that inspired action toward our dream.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Now I know that you go around and you're an international speaker now. So talk to me. How's that experience opened up for you? Because at one point you had to start at one point not being a speaker, going into being a speaker, right?
Correct.
So how were you able to transition? Talk to me.
I believe that you have to use the fear to manifest your dreams. So that means if you're scared, do it anyways. And for me, I remember first time being on the stage. Remember Daniel's stage? We went to San Antonio, and it was my first time to get on the stage and speak. I've spoken in so many places, but this was more bigger audience and live audience, live people. So I was nervous. I got up on the stage and I was putting my hand down in the jacket. I don't know if you remember. because I was nervous. But at that moment, I had a choice. Either I can dwell in my mentality and think I'm not good enough, or I can step into that identity and say, you know what, I'm going to crush this. And do you remember the second time I went back when Daniel says, Mirsada, this is not good? He noticed I was nervous. But I was nervous also because the lights were so bright, so they were hurting my eyes. And so I got the second time on, and I did amazing. So one of the things I want to share is that Thomas Edison didn't fail 1,000 times. Diva, he just found 1,000 ways that didn't work for him. So when you're experiencing fear, that is just that old identity that wants that resistance, that's old Mirsada that wants to say, you know, you can't do this. You're not smart enough. That identity. But you gotta break to that identity and say, you know what, I am capable of doing this. I am gonna go on that stage and I'm gonna crush that stage. In that aspect. So then through that fear, there were many times I experienced fear, but I said, you know what? It's just the emotion that's making me feel this way. So I have a choice right now to focus on I can focus on the emotion or feel good about myself, or I have a choice now to step into that fear. And the more you step into the fear, the better you get, and then you get stronger at overcoming fear. You become good at overcoming fear, and you realize it's just a fear that's illusion in your mind that becomes real only if you believe it to be true.
Oh, okay. So now I understand that you're also coaching. And
yes.
how do people get a hold of you?
Okay, so this was one night I prayed after I started speaking on stages, and I don't know, it just felt so good when I was on the stage, and after I finished my story, people hugging you and relating to you and crying, and I love the connection with people, Diva. So one night I said, you know what, I've been studying this information for over 12 years. I have so much knowledge in different fields. Why don't I put this a package, put this a program, and start helping people? At first, I didn't know how. Remember, the fear creeps in. I didn't know how. And then I just went with it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the step one, God will allow the next step. So I did that. And I created my own programs and services and offers. And then I started blessing others. And the more I started blessing, God started blessing me back. And now I have clients that pay me for the service. And you can click on my link at Global Mirsada. And so what I do, Diva, this is so powerful. And I don't know if anybody teaches this, but I think it was Dr. Rob Kelly. Do you remember Dr. Rob Kelly?
Yes.
On the stage when we met him, and he talked about creating the neural pathways and breaking the habits and then rewiring the mind. Mm-hmm. That is my passion, what I teach. And so what I do is, so we have pains, emotions that are stuck in the body, Diva. So what I do, I measure on a scale 0 to 10 how much pain and emotion is stored in the body, which part of the body. Then we find the root cause of the pain. We find the emotion attached to the root. We then find the pain that's attached to the root. We find the memory that's attached to the root. Then we go deep into subconscious mind, like in a hypnotherapy state where we activate and we find the memory. We then find the memory. We then change the memory, and then we heal. We process the information, and then rewire the mind with the new beliefs. And then when you finish the session, it feels so amazing because you just heal the programs that have been stuck in your mind for a long period of time.
Okay. Well, I really want people to be able to connect with you. And you said the name of the website was very fast. Can you repeat it slowly?
Oh, that's from excitement. I had coffee, so forgive me.
It's okay.
When I have coffee, it makes me a little bit jittery. But it's at Glover Mirsada. And you can click under my Instagram, on my Facebook, on my Clapper, on my Fansplain, on all the 22 accounts that I manage.
Okay. Well, and then is there a phone number they can connect with you?
Yes, it's 857-210-2134. Diva, do you remember when we did the session and you told me that special message that your gift of discernment is priceless?
Yes.
I took that to the heart.
Yes.
I pray upon it and say, God, use me to help people. And after that, I slowly started just working on it, blessing. Now, people pay me for my service.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Well, for those of you that are listening, this has been very, very interesting, at least for me, because maybe I've done some of this in the past, not realizing that I'm self-talking to myself, that I'm talking through why do I want to change identity? Why did I go from taxes to insurance to real estate? What was I looking for? So it's really all in the mind, all in the whether I believe I can or I can't. I truly believe, just like you, if you believe it, you can achieve it. Okay? Is it true? If you believe
whatever the mind of the man can conceive and believe, he or she can achieve. It was Neville Goddard who said that the belief, it's not so much the thoughts. Imagine the thoughts were real and we think about the negative and they appear, it would be a problem. But it's the belief in yourself that creates your reality. Believe that you are capable. Believe that you can do it. Believe in that conviction, having 100% faith, 100% no doubt, 100% faith and 100% belief. When you know it's yours, you believe it's done, it's yours. You step into the identity of the end result, already owning what you desire. It will become yours. The Bible talks about it. It's the renewing of the mind. Whatever the mind of the man can conceive, believe, he or she can and will achieve. And it talks about it. If you renew the mind, the man or a woman that knows where he or she is going, their success.
Oh my God, that's wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. I thought it
You're
was
welcome.
important. I thought it was important to have you to talk about that today, especially with the new talk show that I have. I want to make sure that I give everyone a little bit of variety. Of course, I'm the tax lady. Of course, we're going to have tax tips, but we also have to take care of what's in here. What's in here. So I can't thank you enough. Where are you going to be now? Where are you going? Are you going to go speak someplace else that we need to follow you?
Yes, God has opened so many opportunities, but for me, I'm a mother, Diva. I have two girls, so I also
Okay.
have a little bit of hard time who's going to watch them because
Okay.
we have the old mentality and our culture, how they think. And so for me, I am invited to speak in San Antonio, Texas, March 8th and 9th with Daniel, and I'm also invited to go to France. So we'll see what God does next.
Oh my goodness. I'll have to keep watching you on Facebook. Will you be putting it out there?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And that's so nice. Thank you so much. Thank you to the audience.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you want to say? Last words?
Yes, I want to share with you that everything that you desire and want starts with an idea. So let me see, this lipstick that I have here, somebody had an idea. Somebody had an idea. They said, you know what, I would love to create this lipstick. So in the mind, they created the shape, the form, the color. Before you can have it in the 3D world, it must come in here first. And so when you're clear on the results, then the results appear. So whatever the mind can see here, you hold it in your hand. So what does that mean? In the 3D world, we're focusing so much on the results and problem solving, but we cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that created it. So we must go inside the mind to create a foundation, create a formula. And then when you focus on it, you create it, you use the senses of the mind, the six senses and all these emotions, we then bring the thoughts into reality. So this lip gloss that I supported my girlfriend, she started her own business, it's really powerful because whatever idea, the phone, the watch, the bracelet, it all started in the mind. Before it can come in the 3D world, we must work on here. So that's how you achieve the result. And when we heal the inside, Diva, we then can experience all the blessings. We get rid of the program, we then apply the right information, and then using the right information, then you start changing, experiencing different results.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm indebted to you. For the audience, please check her out, look her up. I'll put it all in the chat as far as how you can reach her with her number as well. Thank you, my friend. And that, my friends,
Thank you, Diva. That was a blessing.
That, my friend, is Diva's 2 cents.